Christmas is for everyone. Christmas is for everyone.
Hey guys, hey, it's Tuzee from Tuzeemusic, and today is another episode of Tuzee Tuesdays. So guys, before I go any further, I just want to tell you guys that I am trying out a new gadget. So you know how I've been telling you guys, if you watch the Tuzee Tuesdays, if there's any way you think we can make it better, someone actually sent me an email telling me that it will be a little bit clearer if I use a lapel mic. Well, I wouldn't have thought of that. So thank you so much for your suggestion. I am trying it out, and let me know how it sounds, guys. And like I said, please, if you have suggestions to make the show better, please send it my way. You can DM me or put it in the comments. Okay? Well, moving on, guys. So, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yes, I'm trying it out. Okay. So, guys, like I was saying from the beginning, this is Tuzee Tuesdays, and yes, we are at episode 8. Yep, believe it or not, we are at episode 8. And it's another very interesting and inspiring topic today, as usual. But before we go into today's topic, I just want to talk about last week. So where our topic for today is if you knew me. So we're going to be digging into this phrase, if you knew me. Before I move forward with it, I just want to say last week, we had a great time talking about some really, really fun stuff. And so last week we were talking about getting to know ourselves, the real us, the real you. And we talk about, all the benefits and perks of getting to know yourself. And yeah, it was actually fun. I learned a lot of cool stuff. I'm totally working on finding strength, weaknesses, dislike, and all those good things that is going to bring all those great things, the happiness, making you feel alive, and just being yourself and being empowered, So yeah, last week was fun. So I hope if you didn't listen last week, if you haven't watched last week, I encourage you to watch it. They're all on my channel. Before I go forward, guys, I don't want to forget this. Look outside at the window. It's beautiful. We are having some snow, and I thought I would like to share that with you guys. Not that you're not having anyone where you are, but I thought it was really neat to have the snow in a video. So I'm doing it out in my house, of course, yes. I like to be warm, but it is beautiful coming through the window. So yeah, I just enjoy it. But anyways, moving on, guys. It is week 8 of Tuzee Tuesday. So today we are talking about if you knew me. And I do have my computer down here /tablet, so you will see me every so often look down, but it's because I'm looking at my notes. So if you knew me, what comes to your mind when you hear that phrase? If you knew me. So anyways, before we go further, guys, if this is your first time joining Tuzee Tuesdays, I want to say welcome to Tuzee Tuesdays. This is a place where we have fun, we inspire each other, learn from each other, get to know each other, as well as learning to love ourselves enough so that we can love on others. So that is the goal of Tuzee Tuesday. So welcome if you're just joining us. Yes, as I was saying, we are at episode 8, so you do have 7 other episodes to catch up on if you just started. And to all of the regular viewers, thank you again for tuning in and watching Tuzee Tuesday. Today is another great topic. You remember last week we were talking about getting to know ourselves, adding wisdom, like Aristotle said, that the beginning of all wisdom is when you get to know yourself, is learning to know yourself. And we digged into that, we talked more about knowing the real us, not just our names and our date of birth. We talked about, but things like our weaknesses, our strength, things like our passion and things that make us afraid. And we talked about all the great perks when you get to know yourself for who you really are. So today we are going in a little more, now that we know about ourselves, we want to share ourselves with other people. So our topic today is if you knew me. Okay, so what comes to your mind when you hear that phrase? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever thought that phrase? You know, you're talking to someone, let's say, for example, someone's maybe a nurse, you know, or I don't know what profession you're in, whatever it is, but you're talking to someone and they're telling you about their life stories and stuff. And you're standing there thinking to yourself, if only you knew me. How many of us have friends, like friends that we've known for many, many years, and still we don't know their favorite colors? You know, we still don't know their favorite flowers and stuff like that. You know, I have to share this. There's this person that's very important to me, and they've done so many amazing things for me and my family. And there was this day I was like, wow, I just want to send this person some flowers. I definitely know their favorite color and stuff like that, but I didn't know the flower. And I was like, you can never go wrong with roses. So anyways, long story short, I end up going with roses. But how many of us have known people for so long, but we don't really know some of their favorite things? So like flowers and colors. Does anyone knows the real you? Okay, guys. While we're just going to take a bit of a break, this is Tuzee joke time. And when we finish the joke, we're going to be digging more into that, if you knew me. But this is Tuzee joke time as usual. So today's joke, guys, it is pretty interesting and funny joke. I'm already laughing before I started. I'm going to try to pull myself together and do this. So in this joke is about a Chinese doctor who he came to the US and couldn't find a job in any hospital, sent out resumes upon resumes and no luck. So he decided, you know what, I'm going to open up my own clinic. So he did open his own clinic, and outside of the clinic, he had a sign that said, get treatment for $20. If not cure, get $100 back. So there was an American lawyer going past this clinic, and he saw this sign and he's like, wow, this is awesome. This is a great opportunity for me to get some money, $100. So he went to the clinic and he said to the Chinese doctor, he says, I lost my sense of taste. So the Chinese doctor, he had a nurse working with him. He gave this nurse some medication and she took it out to this lawyer, asked this lawyer to open his mouth and put 3 drops of the medication in his mouth. And then the lawyer says, oh, this is kerosene. So the Chinese doctor said, congrats, you've got back, your sense of taste is restored. So you owe me $20. So the lawyer paid $20 to the Chinese doctor. Very annoyed, he decided he's going to come back because he wants to get that $100. So he went back to see the Chinese doctor. And this time when he came, he told the Chinese doctor, I've lost my memory. I can't seem to remember anything. So the nurse came again, gave him some medication, put 3 drops in his mouth. And this time he says, this is kerosene. Very annoyed. He said, you give this same medication to me last time I was here. And the Chinese doctor said, congratulations, you got your memory back. You owe me $20. So he was really mad. He's very, very mad still. He pays the lawyer. And then after a week, he's like, I have to go back there and regain. You know, he's a lawyer. He's already lost $40. He's wants his money back plus profit. So he said, I'm going to go back there again. And this time, I'm going to get that Chinese doctor. So he went, this time is the 3rd time. Went to the Chinese doctor and said to him, you know what? I lost my sight. I can't see anything. And my sight keeps to be becoming like more weak and weak every time. So the Chinese doctor says to me, well, I don't have any medication for that. So he says, so take this $100. So the lawyer took the money that he gave him, the bill. And then while looking at the bill, the lawyer says, this is a $20 bill. It is not $100. And the Chinese doctor said to him, congrats, your eyesight has been restored. Give me your $20. my goodness, that was a long joke, but so. Oh, those lawyers, huh? Well, lawyers, you have met your match. Anyways, guys, that was supposed to be fun. That was Tuzee joke of the week, so I hope you laughed. I thought it was funny. But anyways, guys, we are going. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, let's move on. So moving on back to our topic for today. We are at episode 8 of Tuzee Tuesday, and today we are discussing if you knew me. Before the joke, we ended up asking the question, does anyone knows the real you? You know, like the you we were talking about last week, the you that have the weaknesses, the you that have some strength, the you that have things that you were afraid of, like the real you, not just Tuzee and my date of birth, like the real me, the actual you. Does anyone knows the real you? Well, maybe let's say your partner, if you're in a relationship, does your partner knows the real you? How about maybe you're married, your spouse? Okay, maybe that childhood friend. So how about, let's say, like I said, you're in a relationship, your spouse, your childhood friend, or is it just your closet that knows the real you? You know, that closet when you're having a really crazy day, you go into that closet and you scream at a dark wall, everything. Or is it just your pillow? You know, your pillow that you alone in your bed, and every single thing, those tears and everything is on that pillow. Or this is another one, like I like your car seat. You know, you had a really interesting day at work. There's probably a nurse or a doctor, maybe a nurse. I'm going to give a scenario from I told you guys I'm a nurse singer-songwriter, so I give examples from nursing / singing and music. However, if you have some good examples to send me, please send it my way. Don't hesitate. But anyway, so you had this really terrible day at work. Maybe things wasn't just working, and then there was this nurse or / doctor that stepped on your toe. You being this very good nurse, you don't want to ruin anything, so you carry this all day. Came out of that hospital, finally you're in your car and you are screaming at that car seat. You know that, yeah, the empty car seat right by you. So telling that seat all of your problems, all of your trouble. Well, honestly, sometimes we need to do that. We need to be able to talk to people, like things that doesn't respond back. We just need to just get it out. However, the trouble with talking to your pillow, talking to your closet, talking to that empty car seat is that there's no acknowledgement of what you're saying. They cannot acknowledge. Sometimes we just need someone that nods and say, or someone that says, I hear what you're saying. So actually, not long ago, while I was at every so often, like I think twice a year, the hospital where I work at, we do like a nursing training, like it's called Medicine Day, and we go out for like almost 7 hours of training, so just refresher of our skills. And this time when we were there was our nursing director was actually there taking up some questions, and there's all these things about like how nurses is overworked. It's absolutely true. We are overwork. And now with COVID-19, it is even worse because you go into hospital with your anxiety, and now not just anxiety, but because patient's family can't come to the hospital, you are actually getting maybe before you got 5 calls. Now you're getting maybe 5 times that much. So you have to answer the phone more, and going into a patient, well, you have to, of course, do your own assessment, get the gowns. Like, long story short, nurses are working even harder than before. So anyways, during our meeting, we were talking about, we need more help. We need more staff. And something that really very interesting that I want to share with you guys, just because it really does relate to our topic. There was a nurse that actually said, because when we're talking to the nursing director, she said, oh, these are all great points, but I can't guarantee the hospital have money that they're going to do these things. However, they are great points. But one thing a nurse said that really, like I said, linked to our topic, she stood up and she said, you know what? Sometimes all we really need from authority, like people up there, is to just acknowledge, what we're saying. Come to the floor and see for yourself and acknowledge that we are actually doing and going through these. And that's what it is. Sometimes, you just need someone to acknowledge that. And that's why when we're talking about if you knew me and you are talking to your pillows, car seat, and, and your closet, those things cannot acknowledge what you are saying. You will yell and scream at them, and it just like a bounce on the wall comes right back to you. So if you knew me, does anyone knows the real you? Okay, why are we afraid of showing people who we really are? Why? Why are we so afraid? Is it just fear? Fear that, if they know who we actually are, they're not going to accept us for ourselves? Is it fear that would it still like me? If they knew that about me? Is it fear? Like, is it fear? Or is it the vulnerability that comes with it, with someone knowing the real you? It's such a place that when you've told someone your secrets, you become vulnerable. So is it the vulnerability, or are we just afraid that they're not going to be able to accept us for us? Why are we afraid of showing people the real us? I don't want anyone to think that, Tuzee's talking about this. Well, I think the whole world knows the real Tuzee. Well, we're going to get to that. I totally agree. Getting someone to know the real you is a very, very scary place. It is absolutely scary place to be. However, I'm going to contradict myself right now. However, I want to encourage you, and I'm encouraging my very self here as I do this today. I want to encourage you to get people to know the real you. Of course, not every single person you meet, you're going to tell your whole life story to. You know that. Not everyone. That's why when I started, I said your partner, your friend you knew from a long time. Like there's some people that you want, but not every single person you meet want to know every single thing about you. Okay? So you ask, why? Why do I contradict myself by saying, let people get to know, even though I know it is a very scary place. It is a place, there's a lot that goes through our mind. It is a very vulnerable area to be in when someone actually gets to know you, your deepest, darkest secrets. Someone that is not your pillow. Someone that actually hears and speaks and routines. Why am I telling you to let someone get to know the real you? Okay, so I will share this with you. I went to a funeral of a friend. One of my friends' mom passed away, and I went to this funeral. And at this funeral, it was actually pretty packed, and even with COVID, it was actually not bad. But at this funeral, they read her, I think it is your tribute. So they were reading her tribute, and it was amazing stuff. Like, it was a long pitch. I don't really know what happens when you die. You know, there's a lot of theories, like people roam the earth and people are in half between earth and here. I don't know very much about that. Yeah, of course. I don't know because I literally haven't been dead yet before, but I don't know what happens when you die. But let's take for example that when you die, you are hanging out like here. So let's say this lady, this friend's mom that I'm talking about, she was at her funeral. But anyways, at this funeral, they're reading her tribute. And I don't know, it probably went on for like 5 or more minutes. This guy was reading all these great things about this person and this lady, and it was amazing. Like, it's like all the things that she's done. She had some hardship and some not so great time, but she was able to fight through it and all these amazing things. And then when he was done talking, the daughter of this person one of her daughters had to speak after this. I think it was the pastor that was doing the tribute. I can't exactly remember. But the daughter had to speak after him. So when she came to the microphone, the very first thing she said was, wow, I didn't know Mom did all those things. I didn't know. So it's awesome to write. You know, I don't know how it works these days. I don't know if you write your tribute when you're getting sick and they can just read it but it's actually pretty cool. But it got me thinking, like, you know, I didn't know. And this was a daughter of this deceased. She didn't know half of the stuff that was in her mother's tribute, and she admitted it there. Does anyone knows the real you? You know, so you were at your funeral, like we were saying, you're sitting there and you're reading all those tributes about you. Is there going to be someone that will nod and say, you know, I know that. You know, she didn't say very much about it, but I knew she was going through it. You know, I know that about him. You know, is there going to be anyone in that audience, in that congregation, that knows the real you? I'm not going to force you to tell people about yourself. And like I said, not every single person you meet, but I believe it's a great thing to get people to get to know the real you. Like we talked about last week, we are so afraid to share our weaknesses with people. And makes sense. Like I said, it is a scary place. It is a vulnerable place. But think about it. You are at your funeral and they're reading all those things about you, great or bad or not so good or amazing. But no one in the audience knew anything about these things that I just read. So anyway, guys, does anyone knows the real you? I want to close by saying, let someone be a witness to your life. Let me say that again. Give someone a chance to be a witness to your life. The real you. And guys, as usual, time have a way of running so quickly and catching up with us when we are having some fun. But guys, that is our topic for today, and this is our show for today. We have been learning if you knew me. We have been talking about if you knew me. And please, let someone be a witness of your life. And I mean the real you. So well, guys, this is Tuzee from Tuzeemusic, and this has been Tuzee Tuesdays episode 8. And guys, I'll be back here again next week, Tuesday, for more fun topics. Love you guys, and stay safe out there. Bye for now. You know, before I just want to close with this. I'm in Ontario, and right now there is code red for COVID-19. It is a very, like I said, guys, I am a full-time nurse, singer-songwriter. So right now is a very anxious time. It's a very scary time. Christmas is coming. And now we just got this news that we're going back into code red. I know I'm not going to say very much because I know it is, but guys, keep steadfast, hold on, keep on fighting a good fight, right, people? We will get through this. We will get through this. And like I said, even though they're telling us all the time, limit your social bubbles, which is true, physically limit your bubbles. But this is the season, the holidays. Love on somebody, and you don't need to meet them in person to do that. I said before, you just pick up the phone, give them a call, send them a text message, tweet something, like we can do that. But yeah, guys, I totally am with you. It's a scary time, but you remember, love on somebody. All love you guys, and we'll be back here on Tuesday. This is Tuzee. Mwah! Bye, guys.